Hello, Daniel here. Let's be aware of summer heat emergencies. That's right, we have a heat wave going on across the continental United States, particularly up in the northeast coast, where 70 plus million people are under heat advisories to protect themselves. Drink water, stay cool, stay out of the sun. Now, when I was a drill sergeant, it was very important that we protected the young men and women who we were in charge of. And one of the most important things we had to look at on a regular basis was heat injuries. We had to make sure these young men and women were drinking adequate amounts of water and were out of direct sunlight during the hottest times of the day. Now, how do we make this happen? Well, I learned this little trick, and I bet you could do it too, is we have this thing called a phone. I know you know what I'm talking about. And so what I did on my phone is I put an alarm. The alarm was set to go off every day from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on the hour to drink water. And depending on what we were doing, if it wasn't a safety violation, we would stop right in the place right now and drink water. Grab our canteen, grab whatever we have, suck down some water, at least a cup of water. If you can drink at least a cup of water every hour, you're going to stay moderately hydrated, and the risk of you becoming dehydrated and becoming a heat casualty is lessened. So other things we can do besides drinking a lot of water is stay in the shade. That's right, stay out of the direct sunlight. Find places you can go. I mean, there's lots of places you can go, libraries, indoor malls. There's certain areas that allow the public in that usually have air conditioning. So if you have to find some place to cool yourself down, those are the types of places you can generally go to. Now keep in mind, between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. is the hottest time of the day. And if you have to be outside, it's best to protect your body with sunscreen and maybe loose-fitting clothing, headgear, and sunglasses to prevent yourself from being overly heated and your body from receiving too much direct sunlight. Fans, air conditioning always help. And I just mentioned, go places, if you don't have them at home, where you can find some place to cool off. Another important thing is to check on the people around you, the elderly people, children, and pets who might not necessarily be in tune to protecting themselves about the heat. Make sure they stay in a cool place and are able to drink adequate amounts of water. Now, a couple things you can do in your community is reach out to your local city or office of emergency management and ask them what type of protocols they have in place to protect the population from high heat. They have something going on. I have no idea what it is. You have to ask them, okay? If they don't have anything going on, I don't know what to say about that, but you now know to drink at least a cup of water every hour on the hour for the majority of the day. Find cool and comfortable places where you can stay where you're not overheated. If you must be out in the direct light, make sure that you protect yourself from heat exposure. Now down at the bottom here, there's a bunch of links that'll take you to places to look about dehydration, heat-related illnesses, some FEMA information and what you can do, and just some information about New York and the state of New York and what they're doing for this heat emergency. Until next time, stay informed and stay safe. This is Daniel, and remember, this is an opportunity to grab a hold of our free PDF called Unmasking the Unseen, the imperative of proactive emergency planning. That's right, it's best to plan ahead of time and not need it than not have a plan and need to have one. Next time, stay informed and stay safe.